Good morning, friends and family of friends. Happy Monday, February 17th, everyone. Belle and I hope that you all had an awesome weekend and that you're ready for a fantastic week, because that starts now, today. All right, sunrise will be at 6:52 and sunset will be at 5:28, giving us 10 hours and 36 minutes of daylight today. Presently it's 28 degrees outside, with a winter weather advisory kicking in at noon today for our northern counties, where they may see up to 2 to 4 inches of snow. Anything that we're going to see will be a wintry mix or all rain, as our temperatures are expected to make it to the mid to upper 30s today. The rest of the week is pretty much smooth sailing, as we're looking at clear skies and the lower to mid 30s most days. So, all right, let's move on to birthdays. From our family of friends who celebrated birthdays on Saturday the 15th, happy birthday to our neighbor and friend, Lyle Becker, Amy Linsky, Rebecca Payne, and Al Strobel III. And from our family of friends who celebrated birthdays yesterday on the 16th, happy birthday Ashley Ray Schmidt, Max Stuckey, Scotty Novak, Carrie Wild, Lance Berger, Matt Urban, and Matt Joseph. And from our family of friends celebrating birthdays today, happy birthday Kat Luengas, Paul Hine, Jose Luengas, Adam James, Sarah J. Rolston, Andrea Imhoff, Tate Patrick Balmer, and last but not least, John Woodward. And from our celebrity birthday shout out, we start with an actor who has performed on TV and the big screen. You may know him from his role as Lincoln Burrows on the popular prison drama Prison Break. He also portrayed the character Heatwave in the series Legends of Tomorrow. He played the role of the original vampire Vladimir Dracula in the movie Blade Trinity. Dominic Purcell turns 50 today. Our next birthday shout out is for an actress who gained fame for her role as Ginny Weasley in the Harry Potter movies. Bonnie Wright turns 29 today. Our next celebrity is a classic definition of a socialite. This household name achieved massive fame for her performance on the popular show The Simple Life. She was also nominated for a Teen Choice Award for her breakout performance in House of Wax back in 2005. In 2018, she began hosting Vice Slim's Hollywood Love Story. As a hotel heiress and mega socialite, she won the Guinness World Record for Most Overrated Celebrity in 2007. And in 2009, she won the award Fame, F-A-M-E, for Favorite Celebrity Sex Tape. Paris Hilton turns 39 today. Our next celebrity was born Daniel Lawrence Whitney. As a stand-up comedian, he became a sensation with the catchphrase, "Get her done." His work on the Blue Collar Comedy Tour and his part in the Disney Cars franchise bolstered his fame. Larry the Cable Guy turns 57 today. And our last celebrity shout-out of this morning is for the former high-flying Chicago Bulls shooting guard, known as Air Jordan. He is considered by many to be the greatest basketball player of all time. He was a 6-time NBA champion, 6-time NBA MVP, and a 5-time NBA MVP. It's like a tongue twister. Michael Jordan turns 57 today. He is one fine example of wearing success well. He really is a class act. So, all right, let's move on to some history here. All right. On this day in 1790, the U.S. government takes out its first loan for the amount of $191,608,000. It was paid off by June the following year. And in case you wanted to know, presently the national debt's about $22 trillion. I doubt that that'll be paid off by this next June. On this day in 1911, the Cadillac by GM was the first automobile to install an electric self-starter on their vehicles. Up until this time, all cars needed to be started by cranking a starting handle, which was hard work and was known to cause occasional injuries when car engines backfired during the starting process. And man, I bet you that really sucked. I mean, I've had backfire just pull starting lawnmowers. So, all right. On this day in 1972, sales of the Volkswagen Beetle exceeded those of the Ford Model T. On this day in 1959, the U.S. launched Vanguard 2, the first weather satellite. Its compact little satellite measured 20 inches in diameter and was built with two objectives. One, it was designed to measure cloud cover distribution for the first 19 days that it was in orbit. And its second, it would provide atmospheric density information for the lifetime of its orbit, which was estimated to be about 300 years. Although that's older than a lot of classic cars, the Vanguard 2 is still in use and sending reliable information as designed. On this day in 1992, in Wisconsin, Jeffrey Dahmer was sentenced to 15 consecutive life sentences, never to be eligible for parole, for his gruesome crimes connected to 15 people's deaths. He lived in Milwaukee and appeared mild-mannered and quite unremarkable until it was discovered he had a monstrous side. He had been practicing necrophilia and cannibalism, with evidence providing at least 15 young men and boys were victims at his hand. 2 years into his sentence, in November 28, 1994, he was murdered by a fellow inmate who bludgeoned him to death with a metal bar. Unfortunately, Wisconsin has had a couple grim stories like this. The other one that comes to mind would be in the late 50s, Ed Gein, Edward Theodore Gein, also known as the Butcher of Plainfield or the Plainfield Ghoul. He was convicted of murder and body snatching. In fact, Alfred Hitchcock's popular story, Psycho, was hugely inspired by Ed Gein's life, his devotion to his mother, and his macabre crimes. A fact I didn't know until preparing for this story. You know, I've said it before, this is a journey of discovery for all of us, and there's a perfect example. Anyways, we're getting a little off topic here. We will put a link to the website with more information about the Ed Gein story. Let's try to find something a little more upbeat to end this Day in History segment. All right, there wasn't much to choose from, but this is still a cool milestone. On this day, in 1998, NASA's Voyager 1 spacecraft overtakes the Pioneer 10 to become the furthest man-made object from Earth. All right, let's move on to our comedy corner. Some people have a genetic predisposition for diarrhea in their family. Apparently, it runs in their genes. I have to credit my good friend and coworker Tim on that one. Okay, today is National Random Acts of Kindness Day. That one should be every day, kind of a no-brainer. National Cabbage Day. That one should probably be just once a year. And of course, today is President's Day. Today's morning motivational comes to you from Elon Musk, when he simply states, if you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day. Otherwise, it's not. Our attitude definitely helps determine the outcome in our lives and each and every day. In honor of President's Day, today we are going to dive into another origin story, the origin of President's Day. Celebrated the third Monday in February and takes place during the birth month of our country's two most prominent presidents, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. The origin of President's Day starts in the 1880s, when the birthday of George Washington was celebrated as a federal holiday. In 1968, Congress passed the Uniform Monday Bill. The bill moved several federal holidays to Mondays, creating three-day weekends. During the debate on the bill, one proposal suggested George Washington's birthday be renamed President's Day to honor the president of both the birthday of both presidents, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Washington's birthday was on the 22nd of February, and Lincoln's was on February 12th. Although Abraham Lincoln's birthday was already celebrated in many states, it was never an official federal holiday. Following much discussion, Congress rejected the name change. Despite the rejection, soon after the bill went into effect in 1971, the observance of Washington's birthday shifted to the third Monday in February. Gradually, President's Day became commonly accepted name. Over time, the observance came to be known to many as a day to honor both Washington and Lincoln. However, today, another shift has occurred, and many see the day as a celebration of all of the U.S. presidents. Throughout the country, many different organizations and communities celebrate the day with public ceremonies. As usual, Belinda and I hope that you enjoyed this little backstory on the origins behind President's Day. Belinda and I do appreciate the time that you spend with us each day. Our goal is to offer a mix of education and entertainment in each of our Morning Minute posts. After all, knowledge is power, and we love to share what we come across. We hope you are enjoying the experience. Please continue to like, follow, and share us with your friends and family. And please remember, Belinda and I are creative, high-energy real estate agents. We would love the opportunity to help you or anyone you know who might be considering buying or selling property in the near future. Thank you again for your time. Make it an awesome day. You do have the power. We're out here.